Hey everyone, so today we're diving into something called the EmBody Method. And it all starts with a really interesting question. What if you could build real, serious strength without completely burning out?
I mean, really think about that for a second. We all start working out because we want to get stronger, healthier, right? But how often does it just end up feeling like you're fighting your own body, leaving you sore, maybe even injured, or just totally wiped out? That feeling is so common that it actually has a name. So for this first part, let's talk about what this source material calls the fitness burnout cycle. It's a problem I think a lot of us are going to recognize. And this slide just lays out the core paradox perfectly, doesn't it? On one hand, we're promised strength, health, energy. But on the other hand, the reality for so many people is this cycle of getting hurt, getting burned out, and eventually just quitting altogether. So here's the crucial point. The whole problem usually comes from this mindset that intensity is everything, that no pain, no gain is the only way. We're taught to just push through, to ignore what our body is telling us. And it's that exact idea that the EmBody Method wants to flip on its head. So how do we fix it? Well, the EmBody Method says we need to bring in a major player that most fitness approaches completely forget about. It builds a totally new foundation for strength, and it all starts with your body's own internal wiring. And here it is, the core idea. Strength is not just about your muscles. Every single thing you do, every lift, every movement gets filtered through your nervous system first. Your nervous system is constantly asking a question. Is this a good challenge that's going to make me stronger? Or is this a threat I just need to survive? So here's a super simple look at how that works. First, there's a challenge. But before you even really act, your nervous system does a split-second assessment. And honestly, that one little assessment in step 2, well, it changes everything that comes next. Because that assessment leads you down two very, very different roads. On one side, if the effort feels manageable, you get what's called organized strength. That's what builds real, lasting capacity. But on the other side, if it feels like too much, your body just defaults to threat-based bracing. And that's what leads to strain, compensation, and burnout. Okay, so how does the EmBody Method actually keep us on that organized strength path instead of the threat path? Well, it's not random. It follows a really clear blueprint that's built on a few key principles. First up, structure. And no, this isn't about being rigid or boring. It's about being predictable. See, when your nervous system kind of knows what's coming, it doesn't have to be on high alert all the time. Using clear sequences and consistent language lowers that sense of threat, and that creates the safety your body needs to actually get stronger. The second principle is a big one. Sensation isn't just something to ignore or push through. It's information. It's data. This approach literally teaches you how to listen to your body, to know the difference between effort that's productive and discomfort that's a warning sign. It's about building your own internal wisdom, not just your endurance. And third, this one might go against a lot of what you've heard. Real strength isn't built by constantly shocking your system with new, crazy workouts. It's built through consistent, repeatable exposure to manageable challenges. It's those patterns that let your nervous system actually learn and adapt, building you up over time instead of constantly tearing you down. All right, so the principles sound good in theory, but what does this actually look like in practice? What does it feel like to be in an EmBody Method class? Let's take a quick look. So, you are still going to do progressive strength work, using your body weight or resistance, but the way you do it is different. You'll be moving through these coordinated sequences, and there's a huge emphasis on paying attention to your breath and what you're feeling. And, so important, there are really clear transitions between doing the work and recovering from it. This is why people call it movement education, not just a workout. You're not just mindlessly going through the motions. You are learning a real skill set. You're learning how to move without tensing up, how to use what you feel to make smart choices, and honestly, you're learning how to trust your body again. These are skills you can take with you everywhere, not just in the gym.
And really, that's the whole point, isn't it? The skills you build in the class aren't supposed to just stay there. The strength you're building is designed to show up in your actual day-to-day life. And the results people report really back this up. They're not just getting stronger with less pain. They're talking about better coordination. And maybe the biggest thing of all, just having a healthier, more balanced relationship with challenges in general.
I just love this quote from the source material because it just nails the whole philosophy. This isn't about doing less. It's about learning how to do just enough work, but to do it really, really well so that it's something you can keep doing for a long, long time.
So that brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. What would it be like if your fitness, your pursuit of strength, actually became something that fueled the rest of your life, instead of being just one more thing that drains you? That's the powerful shift this whole method is about. Thanks for tuning in.